Okay, in this bonus video, I'm going to show you how to create another compound shape that you may want to use. It's pretty interesting. It's under compound objects. And we have used the Boolean before. This one is called scatter. Okay, scatter. And I started with, the object that I'm going to scatter. And you'll know this after you've seen it one time what I'm talking about. This object is going to be scattered on this surface. Okay, so you start off with that and you select scatter and then pick distribution object. This is the sphere that I'm going to have it distribute itself about. Now, what I want to do is come down here, source object parameters, duplicates. Now, watch what happens as I increase that number. And it starts to be really cool. It starts to create all kinds of interesting shapes. Let's see. And then distribute using, and watch this, along edges, all vertices. It creates a really cool shape. All edge midpoints, all face centers, volume. And it just creates a really cool, interesting shape that you can use. To me, that looks like reptile skin. So you can imagine if you put that on a more complicated object, it could create a really interesting shape. And then when you're done with it, okay, it's done, you can convert it to an editable poly. And then work with it the same way you would an editable poly. Okay. That. So let's say I'm going to do it with a cylinder this time. And I'm going to use a torus. And I'm going to scale that down because okay. Okay, so I'm starting with the object, going to compound objects, scatter, pick distribution object. I turn the distribution object into a reference because it's one less object in the scene. Okay, pick it, and let's duplicate. And create some really interesting shapes. And now it is a separate object. Pull it off over here and show you. See, it's now a separate object. You can so the original object still remains, but this is now a separate object. Now, also, if I change the pivot point on my original object, it will, I don't think it's going to let me after the fact. You have to do it before. But if you do it before, it will also change the outcome. This is seriously cool, though. Look at that. All right. So that is scatter, and you can do all kinds of interesting things with it and get all kinds of cool results. And again, when I'm done with this, I can convert this to an editable poly. And now I have this new shape. I mean, I was just playing around. This wasn't intentional. But if you obviously do it intentionally, Makes for some interesting things. Have fun with that.